Hi, my name is Ethan Slater. I'm the creator, producer, researcher, etc. of the short documentary A Peek into Lathkill, which you can find on this very YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the process of making that and basically critiquing it. This isn't going to be a completely negative video. This is a video more for myself to kind of look at what I did, how I can improve it, so what I would do differently, and what I liked about it. I'm going to start off talking about the pre-production of the documentary and what I would do differently. So the pre-production, I did an entire research folder. I read a book about Lathkill's history called Lathkill, Its Mines and Miners. That was very informative. I based most of the documentary around information I found from there. I also got information from other sources online, and I built up a research folder. I also planned what I was going to do for my research, for the documentary. I planned out the actual documentary itself, so I blocked it out and everything. I think what I would do to improve that, I didn't spend as much time as I could structuring the documentary. It was more of a kind of, yeah, probably work. So I knew that I wanted to do a montage at the beginning and the end, which you saw in the finished edit. I knew that I wanted it to be about the history, but also a bit about Lathkill now, and that is represented in the edit. But I wish I'd spent a little bit more time thinking that through, especially when it came to writing the script as well. I wrote the scripts literally the day before we shot all of Joe's bits. Joe's the presenter, in case you haven't watched it. I definitely think I should have got the script to Joe and Herbie as well, who was helping me shoot. He was camera 2 and also gave me a bit of advice on shots and stuff. I wish I'd got the script to them sooner, at least a week rather than one day. Well, it's probably more like 12 hours actually. I also wish I had planned the shots better and planned out the day. I wish I'd done a like an hour by hour plan. So like, for example, at 12:30 we will arrive at Bateman's house and we will shoot there, and this are the shots I want to get. I did kind of do that, but it was all in here, not on a piece of paper, and the plan just went horribly wrong because we got there a bit later than we intended. Then well, I knew where Bateman's house was, but we were so focused on getting there that we completely walked past it, which I don't understand how we did, but we did. And that delayed shooting. It meant that I couldn't get any cutaways that day, and I didn't really even know what cutaways I wanted to get. So even if we were getting cutaways, I mean, we got a few cutaways, but most of them weren't very good. And we just got all the presenters stuff filmed. So definitely I want a plan. I think next time if I do another documentary, I would need a better plan. I need to actually organise myself in the pre-production a lot better, so that when it comes to shooting, I can use my time a lot more effectively. On the actual production, I'm pretty much linking this, it's all back to the post-production. I think if I'd spent more time on the post-production, planning my time, I would have been able to spend a little bit more time setting up shots, making sure they're not overexposed, making sure all the cameras are set up properly, audio's capturing properly. You might notice, I'd say probably most of the shots of Joe are overexposed. Those shots that are overexposed are the shots from the camera I was filming. And that was because I was focusing more on directing than being a camera op. And that's the problem with being a camera op and directing and producing and keeping track of time and everything, and basically being in charge. So I think maybe next time, if I'm going to direct, I want to get 2 camera ops. If I need 2 camera ops, I want 2 camera ops that are not me if I am the one directing, because I don't think I can focus on directing and being camera ops. But I think, like I said before, I would have been able to focus more on the camera if I'd planned better, i.e. Joe knew his lines, etc, etc. Someone's beeping their horn outside there. I don't know whether you heard that. Moving on to the post-production, what would I have done differently? I think post-production went probably the smoothest out of everything involved in my documentary. I think I spent probably in total maybe 4 or 5 days editing the whole thing. That's not including organising all the footage into folders. I organised everything before I edited into folders of like which scene it was, so which bit Joe was saying, into cutaways, what the cutaways were of, etc, etc. So that made it a lot easier when it came to finding the right piece of footage for the editing. That definitely sped up the process. What I would have done differently, I wish I had got someone to watch the documentary longer before before my deadline, so I still had time to change things. Getting a second opinion is always very important. I only got a second opinion about probably an hour before it needed to be finished, by which time I just needed to really just export it and get it sent off to where it needed to be. If I had organised myself better in the post-production, I could have actually shot the documentary maybe a couple of weeks earlier, which would have given me more time in the edit, which then would have given me more time to improve things, get criticism from other people, etc. I think the overwhelming factor here is time management is something I definitely need to improve on, and planning what I'm doing is definitely something I need to improve on. Also, I think what would have been very valuable also having longer to edit was, I think, when you start editing something, you get a very different view of what it's going to look like. Obviously, it starts to take shape, and you get a view of the finished product that you don't really get while you're actually shooting it. And it would have been valuable to me, I think, if I could have gone out and shot some more footage after I'd already edited together the documentary to add in, and possibly even gone and got some archive footage. That's something I definitely needed to do in the post-production. I really wish I could have got more archive footage. The only archive footage I did get was from that book that I was reading. I found it very difficult to find any archive footage online, or any from the period I was looking at. I could only find very recent archive photos of Lathkill Dale. What I wanted was stuff from when the mines were still operational. I think I could have done that if I'd gone to the Lathkill Dale lead mining museum. I think I would have had that's something I should have done, but again, I ran out of time. I should have gone there and got some more archive photos, because I'm going to come on to it now. In terms of the actual documentary as a whole, I think the middle bit of the documentary, where Joe is speaking the main bulk of the history, is just dead. I hate it. It gets across the information, but it is so dull because there's a lack of cutaways and anything to show. It's just him sitting there talking. And I personally, when I was watching it through in the edit, it was fine. Maybe it's just because I've watched it so many times because I'm the one who made it whilst looking for things to change. You watch something so much in the edit that sometimes you can get fed up with it, which is again is why it's so important to get a second opinion. But I wish I could have had some archive footage to put over that. I think it's just dull. There's no other way of putting it. The rest of the documentary is good. There's still things I would change about the rest of the documentary, but I think there's parts like when he's talking about Bateman's house, when we cut to Bateman's house, we've got archive footage, we've got cutaways, it just flows nicely. That bit I like. And then there's a bit where he's walking. At least if he's walking, there's something, it kind of brings it to life a little bit, but it's a bit dead when he's just sitting there talking. And I quite like the interview bits as well. I think the interviews are the bits I'm most proud of. I definitely have a lot to learn when it comes to actually interviewing people. I only had about 4 questions, and I didn't actually manage to ask everyone all the questions. I definitely need to work on my interviewing skills, but I'm very happy with what I managed to cut together from the interviews I did get. Another note I meant to make, actually, on the post-production side of things, I wish I had got someone else to do the titles, because this bit here that you can see behind me did not render properly. I thought it would be fine when I exported it. It didn't render properly. It's all jolty. If it had been done in After Effects and by someone who actually knows what they're doing, it would have worked a lot better. And also for the bits where I'm doing the interviews, where I had the questions, that was very last minute added, kind of didn't really have time to perfect it properly. It was a last minute solution to a problem that I should have sorted earlier in the editing process. But yeah, overall, like I said at the beginning, this isn't me going, oh god, I've done such a rubbish job. I mean, you're perfectly entitled to think that, if that's what you want to say. Please leave your criticism on, or if it's constructive, please leave it below the documentary or below this video. I would love to hear it. It would be very helpful and beneficial to me to hear what other people think. I'll take everything on board as long as it's not just negative for the sake of it. I guess that's it. Sorry, it's been a bit of a ramble. I didn't really script this. I just had some notes on my phone. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. I don't upload regularly. This is called Ethan's Archive for a reason. It's just kind of when I do something I like, I'll upload it here. And I think I think I'm going to call this video What I Would Have Changed a Peek into Lathkill Dale. This is going to become a bit of a series on this channel. I think every time I upload something, like I'm going to be making a short film. I'm going to be starting production on that in a couple of weeks, writing a short film, producing it, shooting it and everything. That will probably make its way onto this YouTube channel around June, July sort of time. And I think I'll do What I Would Change, the title of that film, for that as well. Because I think it's good to break down what you did and what I've learned from it. And I think the overwhelming thing that I've learned from this, like I keep saying, I need to manage my time much better. I need to plan better. And I need to stop procrastinating from planning, because I think that would have given me more time as well. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, or don't. Dislike even if you want to. And I'll see you in like 3 months whenever I next upload something here. Okay. Bye.